All right, turn 6. Kind of a slow start to this game, to be honest. Giant Moses is still preaching up here. This now says 50, up to 50 enemy units, so that says it can be anywhere from 25 to 75, or possibly up to, yeah, anywhere from 25 to 75. I'm gonna gamble that it's not that bad. I'm gonna send Giant Moses in, so we're gonna go for it. We have a little bit of chaff to suck up lance strikes with, and if I can just take the lance strikes out of the equation, I'll be okay. These guys are gonna... Actually, those guys are gonna guard commander. No, they can't guard commander. They're gonna hold an attack. Okay, so that'll take 2 turns. And the goal there is for them not to run away before... In case some of those knights come around on attack rear and try to hit Giant Moses. I want these guys around him. So, meanwhile, down here, I have a pretty significant army, actually, under Zach. And they are going to rage on forward. I'm going to set these guys off to the side. And take out these Ictiads and then expand into parts south. Up here, my scout has run across Man. So I see a little bit of Manish expansion. Longbowmen and Knights of Avalon in Kazdupar. Fair enough. Middle-aged man, Knights of Avalon are really, really good units. They're very expensive, but they have high prot, high defense skill, tons of attacks. Excuse me, one of which is magical. And of course, this is 3 attacks in melee after the lance is discharged, so that's really good for them. Plus, they have recuperation, so if they take injuries while expanding, they can heal back up, and force survival, just in case they ever were slowed down by anything ever. So, we found Man. We've got Ind, although I think Ind is right... They have to be right there. No, that's Ind. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Okay, so there's Ind. They're my northern neighbor. I don't think there's anybody over there, then. That's all just Ind's territory. I, of course, have laid claim to both of these. I've taken Cloudcap Spires. We've got a lovely little throne right there we can take eventually. So I've kind of laid claim to this-ish region. Up to wherever Man is. Unless somebody comes in from this side. That's Agartha, though. So to be honest, if Man is up here and that's Agartha, there's probably somebody, like, right in this area somewhere who's going to expand up this way. And then, of course, there's somebody down here. I don't know how far away, though, because I haven't been able to push down there at all. But we'll see. We will find out in a couple of turns here. In terms of research, we are hitting Alteration Level 3 next turn, and so I am recruiting my first Jan Emir. And what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to set these 2 Jan Guard that I recruit to bodyguard him, and he's going to bless all 3 of them, and then charge. And with the regeneration, the twist fate, and their own natural advantages, I think those 3 should be able to clear out pretty reasonable quantities of provinces, hopefully. Hopefully they can clear out the Silver Wall. What I might do here, though, is I'm going to send this guy down here as well. And he's just going to be scripted to bless and then cast spells. So I can split this group. So I can send this guy with a couple more Jan Guard to reinforce the attack on the Silver Wall, while the majority of those troops carry on southwards or into the woods here, one of the 2. And I am searching for magic sites in Agruria. And I've got Cloudcap Spires, where I am going to do something sometime eventually, and I'll have a fort in 3 months. So, not too shabby a start, a little slow. I could definitely do with more than 5 provinces. I'm hoping that I'll get the double expand off, and then this will be easy, so Giant Moses will be able to take his survivors and clear another province. And then if he can do that, then this province is really easy. So if that's easy, he can get through that, get through to that, and then we've formed a loop, which is nice. We've got these 2 that we can knock off any time because they're surrounded by us. And Giant Moses can then get reinforcements and keep moving on. So that's the dream. We'll see if it's the reality. But in any case, I'll see you in turn 7. Alright, Magnificent Kingdoms turn 7. This turn wasn't super magnificent. I lost an Endless Plain, and I lost badly. My guys got shreked by a knight charge, basically. The knights charged in, and they absolutely cleaned the clocks of everything. You can see here, most of them got piled up on my dudes there, but some of them did not. They charged through, they managed to kill everybody with swarming them, basically, and my Jan Guard here, I was disappointed in the performance of this Jan Guard. He killed nobody. He got a good hit on this knight, Gave him a chest wound, but did not kill him. So, yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. They lost 1 knight and 2 militia. Fortunately, Giant Moses got away, but still bad. In Tifalia, we lost 1 Jan Guard, and the Jan Guards killed everyone. So that was fine. And then in Pack Woods, children disappearing at night, and then we lost a bunch of population, but gained 15 death gems, which is pretty cool. That death site there must be something really, really serious. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any death, so, oh well. I'm beginning to recruit Jan Emirs now, and I have the resources actually to recruit a couple more Jan Guard. Over here, I am building a lab in Agraria, and we're collapsing troops onto the Silver Wall. So we've got our first Jan Emir, Shahab, and he's heading down here to the Silver Wall. We're going to end up with a bunch of Jan Guard there, as well as some other random troops taking out the Silver Wall, and that will open up other provinces, hopefully. The terrain here is actually really shitty for me. So, to be honest, can you reach that province? No. Oof. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move Shahab through here with just his, like, 1 bodyguard. They can take out 6 Horse Tribe cavalry, no problem. This force, meanwhile, is going to go down there, because this province sucks, and it's full of Wolf Tribe. And this province is pretty bad, and is full of Bone Tribe. And this province is mediocre at best, and is full of Barbarians. So none of those 3 do I actually, like, want to take right now. Over here, I don't have any resources, so I can't recruit anything. Not even a scout this turn, actually. But once we get the palisade up, it'll be a little bit better. We'll take this fucking worthless wasteland. Over here, we're recruiting more Jan Guard. And hopefully our expansion will actually kind of happen soon. This is pretty bad from a geographic perspective. I am actually sort of impressed at how bad this is. But you know what? We will persevere. Na'Ba will continue, we will grow, we will thrive, we will be the queens and or kings of the desert. Giant Moses is trapped, which is why he's just preaching, because he has nowhere to go and nothing else to do. Hopefully pretty soon he'll just start a giant palisade up there. We'll just have a nice little fort, we'll be able to recruit troops, and we'll be able to bust out through Endless Plain. But we have to get through Blackdale in order to get to Endless Plain right now. And 1 Jan Emir is not going to be able to fight his way through that. We need a bunch of troops to fight our way through Endless Plain because of the knights. So that is the situation. In terms of research, I'm going to hit Alteration level 4 in a little while. It'll take some time. And hopefully by the time we hit the end of the year, we'll have more provinces. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces on turn 7. Not super promising, but if we can break out down this way, then maybe there'll be some room to grow down here, and then we can go back and kind of clean up all this bullshit at leisure. So, that's the turn. I'll see y'all in turn 8. Okay, turn 8, another very brief one. We successfully took Emmerich with 0 casualties, because 9 Jangard are pretty tough with my bless. We have also foreseen an event that will occur in 3 months. The stars are right for enchantments in 3 months, which doesn't help me, but is kind of cool, I guess. The 47 Commandments, still researching. We have found Uruk, and we have also found Vanheim. So, we've got that going on. Our Jan Emirs are going to collapse onto the Silver Wall. So we're going to end up with 5 Jan Guard and 2 Jan Emirs taking that, and then we'll move over to clear Barbarians. Probably not the Bone Tribe. Bone Tribe are hell on thugs, and that's basically what we're doing. We've got thug chassis. And they're just really terrible. Also, I've randomed Earth with both of my Jan Emirs so far, which is great, because it means they have Iron Skin, so they can pump their prot up to something over 20. Meanwhile, up here, Giant Moses is just standing around, preaching, maxing, relaxing, all cool, wishing that he had, you know, like, more shit. We're gonna recruit some Wolf Tribe and some Nubian Camel Riders, and we're gonna go someplace, for sure, someday, eventually, Giant Moses will get to go somewhere again. In the meantime, however, Yazilbayin is sneaking up here to site search. He's built a lab, so we can start recruiting a Hermit Sahir there. Suradata is building a lab in Tifalia, so we can start recruiting Hermit Sahir there. I've heard that this is a useful strategy, which makes sense to me since Hermit Sahir are very cheap for what they give you. Stealthy, you know, 2 in one of these paths, or they give you Astral. So, yeah, sure, they just take a long time, and they come with a hin. But they just take a long time to recruit, that's all. I can also start recruiting Ichthyids here. If I wanted to go underwater into Green Sea, it's going to take a lot of Ichthyids if I do that. And then I don't have a good underwater leader, only these Ichthyid shamans, which are terrible. So probably it's a bad idea, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to take the Silver Wall. We'll head over to Nidian Range. We got these Horse Tribe cavalry, actually. I'll tell you what. He's got 4. I think it might take both of them. Like, I do think that Shihab here could probably take out the Horse Tribe cavalry by himself, but I think these two need to get together. Can you get to the Horse Tribe cavalry? No, you can't. Okay, yeah, we're going in against the Wolf Tribe. And that's basically the turn. That's all we got going on. That's the entirety of it. So, I'll see you in turn 9. Okay, folks, Magnificent Kingdom's turn, I think it's turn 9? Is it turn 9? Is it turn 8? Something like that. Anyway, there's not a whole lot of Wolf Tribe here, to be honest. It's not all that many. So, my 2 emirs and their bodyguards are going in. They've got their regeneration, their resistances, their twist fate active, and they charge in against the Wolf Tribe, and they massacre him. This Jangar does lose his whoop-de elfness. You know what I mean, the glamour. But it doesn't stop the rest. The rest just charge on in and start making sushi out of people with their giant curved swords. So, no casualties, absolute victory, and we built a palisade. Now, unfortunately, I made a goober last turn. I forgot that I was building the palisade would immediately cancel the ability to recruit Hermit Sahir over here, because they're not recruitable places that have a fort. So, we're not going to turn this place into a fort, because fuck this province. Nobody cares about it. But we are going to keep expanding this way. Militia, archers, and light infantry. Great. Exactly the kind of people that we can kill with no trouble. Here in Ozandias, we wiped them out with no trouble. And this has 2 mist-covered highlands in it, so all of a sudden my air income is looking a lot healthier. I love it. Suardata... yeah, sure. Search for sites or something. I almost said search for websites. Wow. I must be really tired or something. I have 406 gold. I'm going to recruit another Jan Emir. So that'll give me another expansion party that can hopefully go up and take out some of these barbarians. Over here, Shamdar. Or Bone Tribe. Ugh. We're just going to keep these guys together for the moment. But with as little map move as they currently have, they're going to have to move through the Silver Wall in order to get anywhere. So, with exactly 26 resources here, exactly 26 resources, we're going to recruit no commanders and 1 Adite elite soldier to back them up. So, there we go, and then we'll go take out the Horse Tribe and then them. Yazilbain here is going to keep searching for magic sites. He doesn't have any spells he can really cast except, like, Combustion. He could cast Combustion on people if they attacked him. But more importantly, he can cast Iron Skin and Mist Form on himself, making himself incredibly hard to handle. And then just cast spells. So if he gets hit by a random event or something, he may actually survive, being a giant with Iron Skin and Mist Form on him. Up here, we continue to very, 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 very slowly recruit units. It is for sure a process. I'm unsure if Na'Ba Desert Warriors or Wolf Tribe are going to be better in this situation. I think the Wolf Tribe, so let's get some scouts moving out through Indish territory. And Giant Moses continues to harbor the secret hope that one day he'll be able to break out and he too may be an expander. I think what's going to happen is next term we're going to take all these troops and use him as chaff to help break through Karian, because that has some pretty good income. And since we'll have 7 Jangar plus a Jan Emir, they should be able to punch through with a little bit of chaff help. Yeah, that should be fine. So, that is the current plan. Once again, a really short turn. Yeah, it is turn 9. And we found Pangaea. Hi, Pangaea. Lots of people. So many friends and neighbors. Got Man up there. They're not a neighbor, but Uruk is a neighbor. Ind is a neighbor. Vonheim is a neighbor. And Pangaea is a neighbor. So many neighbors. And actually, Pangaea... Pangaea shouldn't be able to see the Jan Guard, because they have glamour. But if they have a scout here, they might have seen the battle. So they might know that I have a bunch of Jan Guard here. Jan Guard versus White Centaurs. In these numbers, the White Centaurs definitely win. 1-on-1, I think the Jan Guard can put up a pretty decent fight, but not outnumbered 2-to-1, which is the situation right now. So we'll just, like I said, just move quietly off into Thing Woods and, you know, pay nobody any mind. Turn 9, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 provinces. Not fantastic. Could be worse, but definitely not fantastic. But in any case, I'll see you in turn 10. At least we have a fort. At least we do have a fort happened with a lab. It still needs a temple, and it needs to get an upgrade to be an actual fortress. But for now, it'll be alright. Hashim is just going to stay there so we can upgrade it to a fort when necessary. And we'll see what we can do. Definitely need a temple here, though. Because Sahir and Mukarib are the only ones that I can recruit outside. What is happening? No, don't sneak away. Isn't there a... Wait, hold up. Hold the phone. Yeah, the Sahir is the only one I can really recruit there. So yeah, I'm going to need quite a lot of money to start recruiting Sahir. I need my income to go up a lot. But that'll happen. Trust me. Hopefully. Unless I die horribly. That's always possible. In any case, I'll see you in turn 10. Okay, turn 10. I'll tell you what, if nothing else, this game is reminding me why it is that I haven't played any games on the default map gen for a while. The default map gen has, I tell you, some problems. I've got my palisade done over here. Well, I've had that for more than a turn now. I need some more money in order to upgrade it to a giant fort. And I also, of course, need to build the temple so that I can actually recruit some mages there. I'm getting a serious case of deja vu. I feel like I talked about this last turn as well. Anyway, we're gonna move a guy over to do that. And Swordata over here is gonna move around site searching for astral sites. Yazulbayin actually found a site, the Deep Crevasse, which is great. So now I'm getting a little bit more earth income, and my air income is looking reasonable as well. I mean, it's turn 10. My total gem income is 8, so not terrible. Got a little bit of astral coming in, a little bit of air, a little bit of earth. Not bad. Not too shabby. This turn, I'm hoping to actually take 3 provinces, which would be absolutely rad-tastical. I've got 6 Jangard, although, you know what? I actually want to send Shamdar that way as well, because I want to do that because I want to take Endless Plain, and that's going to take more units. Although I'll have these 5 and this guy coming, so I can take that one and then Endless Plain. That should be fine. So yeah, Shamdar can keep on going over here. So, I've got my 2 Jan Emirs going over here to take out the Horse Tribe. I've got a variety of troops collapsing on these barbarians. Some chaff, 6 Jan Guard, a mage, Yazulbayin, who should make himself very tough by casting Iron Skin and Mist Form on himself. And I've got my army down here in Thing Woods, which cleared this province with no casualties, going up to Walnut Woods to clear that with no casualties. Now, what's interesting here is, I actually see Uruk in 2 places. I see Uruk down here, and then I also see Uruk up here. The map's too big, and there's too much man in the way. Too much man in the way. For them to have, they can't possibly have circumnavigated the world that way. So that means that Uruk must be in this region. Or I suppose they could technically be, like, here. But then this would be really a stretch. I would anticipate that Uruk is one of these provinces. It wouldn't be this province or that province, because that would mean that man had gotten into their cap circle. I would expect they're over here. That's a little bit of a shame, because it means that I won't be able to take Sullian. But, you know what, we'll still be in pretty decent shape. It'll be alright. My empire is kind of a weird shape right now, because I have this random lake in the middle that I'm expanding around, but I'll secure the borders of that lake. And then I'll have... Actually, to be honest, I'll have kind of a nice little chunk of land at that point, because I'll be able to come up here. This army is going to be trapped and is going to have to retrace its steps, unfortunately. Lots of Enkidu Iron Warriors down there that I don't want to fight at present. But these forces should hopefully be able to take that with reinforcements from the capital, because it'll be late winter next turn, so it'll still be cold. I'll be able to get across the lake. Send another Jan Emir with more troops to reinforce them in taking out Blackdale, and bounce up to Endless Plain with a few more reinforcements from Cloudcap Spires. That'll be great. And then hopefully I'll be able to take one or both of these provinces as well, Valadun and Rotmarsh, before I'm stymied. So at that point I'll have, and while I'm doing that, I'll also take these 3 provinces. I am guarded, my flank is guarded by this throne, and then by this little pass. Well, actually, I guess this one is the only one who can't cross the mountains. This one can cross the mountains, albeit not directly. And over here, I have this little mountain range blocking stuff off, the mountain range and the lake, Boat Eater. So I'm kind of in geographically a decent defensive position. The only thing that gets my goat is going to be in the summer. Obviously, from my capital, movement is going to be constrained. I'm going to have to go out through Packwoods or out through Aguria. But in any case, things are going pretty solidly all right. And we'll, like I said, hopefully we'll be able to take Endless Plain and Blackdale without too much drama, and I'll be able to push my income up a little bit more. So, in terms of research, Alteration level 4 in about 4 more turns. Once I get the temple over here, I'll have double mage recruitment. I'll probably just start recruiting Mukharib for now. Maybe a Sahir now and then. But the Jan Emirs and the Sahirs and the Malikat are mostly going to come out of Na'Ba itself for the nonce. I could actually use another Sahir, because Sahirs are going to be Sahiruna, I guess they say is the plural. Sahiruna are going to be most of my like dedicated combat corps, because they're the ones who give me. They give me the air 2, they can give me fire 3, they can give me earth 2, all kinds of cool stuff. And what I may end up doing, actually, is spamming out a lot of Nabaean Desert Warriors to use for archers, or, of course, a lot of Camel Riders to use for archers, because they have the composite bows with the high precision and the higher damage, and the falcons. But overall, you know what? I'm actually kind of satisfied with how things are going. My start here was slow and agonizing, but I think I've more or less recovered. Right now, it's turn 10. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 provinces, and like I said, I'm hoping to claim 3 in the next turn. So that would put me in a decent place. 13 provinces on turn 11, and then hopefully I'll take another one there and another one there. 15 provinces at turn 12, perfectly respectable, almost exactly average, in fact. And that would be fine. And then I'll get up to Endless Plain, plant a fort there, and be in pretty good shape. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all on turn 11. Alright, turn 11. Pretty mediocre turn. I took both of these provinces, but in Karian, I lost my Jan Emir and all my Jan guards. I blame this partially on this Jan Emir having randomed fire, and so not being able to buff himself effectively. But, you know, these things do happen. So I lost the Jan Emir, I lost all the Jan guards. I did at least take the province. Over here, I took Western Plains with no casualties, as I kind of expected. They just had a few horse tribe, and I swept them with no problems. That's fine. They're moving over here into Gweladun. Over here, I bumped with Uruk, and Uruk absolutely shit-canned me. Enkidu Iron Warriors are pretty good at fighting Jan Guard. Yeah, their attack density isn't great, but anytime they hit, they're going to feel it. With that 24 damage versus the 13 prot of Jangard. That really is, I think this is really kind of the weakness of Jangard, that they don't have great protection. They're kind of relying on their glamour and defense skill to not get hit. And their defense skill, while decent, isn't amazing. To be honest, I feel like, to emphasize the elf thing, you might be able to do something with Jangard with like a +5 defense build, like +4 defense from water magic, and then Windrunner. The one that increases your combat speed and your defense skill. You could even go up to +6 or so, and then you could get yourself very, very hard to hit. I'm not sure that it would necessarily be worth it, but it is a thought. I also lost my Mukharib, unfortunately. And I only killed 9 Enkidu Iron Warriors and 1 Archer, so yeah, Uruk brought more to the fight, and they definitely won that exchange. With equal numbers, I think the Enkidu Iron Warriors would have lost. But outnumbering me like they did, they were able to hammer on the flanks. So that was sad. We also saw that Kalem is actually attacking Ind. So Ind is... where is Ind again? I had found Ind. Did I lose it? I guess I must have lost it, because I know I saw Ind before. It's like up here, anyway. But, yeah, Calum is charging right into Indish territory, which is interesting. They may be trying to claim that it was an accident because they can't see province ownership due to the Dominion. I'm like, I'm not sure I believe that. I think that's a... If they do say that, I think that's a gimmick. But, in any case, they're coming in here. I've been in contact with Ulm, who is not a neighbor of mine, but is Nassigen, so I know him. We've made an agreement tentatively to buy items from him in the future, since he's about to hit construction level 4. I, of course, have not really been researching, but I am going to hit alteration level 4 pretty soon and get temper flesh, which will make my earth randoms much, much more powerful, because they'll take half damage, and then be regenerating that. Up here, I've got Yada, who's another bad Janimir. He's moving up to Karyan. I'm recruiting a couple units in Karyan. And then, these guys only take 5 resources. I could technically have 3 barbarians, but I think 2 Nabaean camel riders are probably a better deal. I'm also recruiting a bunch of wolf tribe and another camel rider up here. And... yeah, then we're going to try to go into Endless Plain again, probably. I don't think I'm going to have enough, though, to be honest. Really not sure I'm going to have enough. I may have to wait one more turn. I am going to recruit... I was thinking that I was going to start a fort this turn, but I thought better of it. So I am going to recruit a John Emir and 3 more guard this turn. And then they can go up and help take Endless Plain. I know it'll be a couple more turns, but I can see that these provinces aren't owned yet. So I have a little bit of time to take Endless Plain and hopefully also Valadun. We'll see. We'll just have to see what is what. I've agreed to a non-aggression pact with Uruk. I already have a non-aggression pact with Ind. And I've just agreed to a non-aggression pact with Pangaea. That leaves Vanheim and Calum as viable directions for expansion. Geographically speaking, I think that Vanheim is the way to go. Now, Vanheim, of course, has elves. They have their sacreds are elves, elvier elves than my elf giants. They also have Valkyries, which can fly but aren't super impressive. And they have skin shifters, which regenerate and have a great sword that hits hard. And then they have Einheirs, and Einheirs are actually their best troop. They're expensive in terms of recruitment points and gold, but they're ambidextrous and high-level berserkers, so their prot goes up to about 20 when they berserk, and they hit like absolute trucks. Einheirs are quite good, quite solid units. They've got the Dwarven Smiths, they've got Vanadrots, Air Blood Mages with a random, and they have the Van Jarls, the Van Herses, all the elf stuff. That's what they've got. So fighting them would be a little bit problematic, but like, they can get in position to elf me. I can also actually get in position to elf them. Since, you know, after all, my troops are also, at least my sacreds are also stealthy and glamored, as are my thugs. And since my guys can random earth, they're actually better thugs than the competition. So there's that. So I think probably what we're going to aim for is we're going to aim for an elf war, where I sneak my troops into position, and then try to steal as many provinces in turn 1 as I can. I'm recruiting scouts from all 3 of these provinces right now. Next turn, I should have the resources. I'm building a temple over here. And then next turn, hopefully I'll have the resources to start another fort down here in Emmerich. And soon after that, I should also have the resources to upgrade Agraria, which will be good, because I'm a little slow off the mark in terms of temples. In terms of forts, rather. It's turn 11. I only have 12 provinces. I'm not doing too great, but we will persevere. I think I can make it. I think Na'Ba's going to be good. So, that's turn 11. I'll see y'all in turn 12.